So we avoid the sex that we're not actually enjoying. And so I'm gonna hold your hand while I say this. Is it possible, and are you guys open to having a conversation of what is our sex life like in this moment? Do each of us enjoy what we're experiencing in this moment, and not from a place of like blaming or shaming or you're doing this wrong, but like getting curious, again, coming back to curiosity of like, what do I like? What don't I like? Because if you're not having sex that you enjoy, we stop ourselves way before sex is even on the table. Welcome to Honest Feedback, the podcast where deep truth meets bold transformation. I'm Goddess Brittney King, a pleasure priestess and a transformational retreat facilitator who helps women connect to their deepest truths, reclaim their pleasure, and awaken their inner power.
And I'm Lisset King, an emotional ninja and transformational coach who helps leaders release baggage, heal unresolved trauma, and step into their most aligned, purposeful lives.
We've created this podcast for spirit-led individuals just like you.
Seekers of truth, personal growth, and meaningful connection. Whether you're navigating life's big questions, craving more joy and fulfillment, or simply looking for honest, relatable conversations, you're in the right place.
Hi, and welcome back to Honest Feedback. We are here for another amazing episode. Yeah, and today we have something really special going on, don't we?
We do. I feel really honored that we're talking about something that a lot of people feel nervous to talk about. That's right. Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. This is one of my favorite topics. Like,
Get
I'm like,
out.
yeah, let's talk about it at every dinner table.
Yeah, I know. Every dinner table, I'm like, my mom doesn't want to hear about it.
Yeah, your mom loves to talk about it.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
But seriously, it can be a topic that brings up a lot for people. Some people feel uncomfortable. Some people experience shame. Some people experience doubt. Anybody wondering like, oh, am I as good as I think I am in bed? Like, all the things, all the thoughts. And so we have a really tender listener question diving in around sex, relationship, and what to do when you and your partner are feeling mismatched in your desire for sex. Have you had any experience with this, Dr. King?
Oh my goodness, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've actually had a little experience of this, and I'm sure we'll dive deeper into it in our own personal lives. But I've certainly felt a mismatch, either having more of a drive or less of a drive, depending on who I was dating. And when I dated men, I had less of a drive. But that's we can figure out where that problem came.
When I was dating men, I actually had a really intense sex drive, and it was like this, there was never enough. And I think it was because I was starving, like where it's just like there was no nourishment in the food and the offering. And so I was like constantly being like, well, maybe there's more. If we just have sex more, then maybe I will feel how I think I'm supposed to feel.
Empty calories.
Turns out I'm gay.
Turns out you're gay. I know. Shocker.
I know. It wasn't shocking. It was more of like, oh, surprise. But
yeah.
Well, I'm very excited to get into this episode. But before we do, we have a very exciting news and a special guest. This week's sponsor is
my best friend, my hairdresser, the girl who does all of my tightest cuts. She was at my wedding, edging me up before my wedding. Yep. She does all the best glamour magic that you could ever possibly desire and want. Her colors are impeccable. Incredible. Like, I have exes that still go to her and will go get jobs fixed at her. Because that's how it is. She is incredible. And I'm so excited. She's our sponsor this week.
She's our sponsor. So tune into her. You definitely want to check this out. You need these. You want these. Yes, yes, yes.
Hey, I'm Victoria, your favorite high vibe hairstylist in West Hollywood. I specialize in custom color and fresh modern cuts for men, women, and anybody who wants to look and feel amazing. I've been doing hair for 2 decades, and I still get the butterflies when I'm mixing hair color like a mad scientist or giving you that life-changing haircut. I've created a private studio space where we could connect one-on-one. No salon waiting room energy. It is a full vibe. It's chill, it's fun, and maybe something from the bar if it calls to. Use promo code HONESTFEEDBACK to get 15% off your first service, and let's make some magic. Hair that actually feels like you. For booking and consultations, shoot me a text to 909-833-9770.
And we're back. Ugh. Get in with Victoria. I mean,
Yeah.
the studio is just absolutely incredible. She does curly hair. She does straight hair. She does it all.
I've sent so many friends there, and they just become lifers with her.
Of course.
She's the best.
I mean, this is something you don't skimp on, like sex. Okay, let's dive in. Okay, ready? Hey, Brittney and Lisset. I've been sitting with this for a while, and I finally worked up the nerve to write in because I trust the way you two talk about intimacy and emotional nuance. My wife and I have been together for 7 years, and I love her deeply. We've been through so much together, built a life, a home, and a lot of beautiful connection. But lately, our sex drives are just totally misaligned. I tend to want more physical intimacy than she does, and it's been this quiet undercurrent of tension in our relationship. I've tried to bring it up gently, and while she's open and receptive, I can feel the guilt weighing on her. I don't want to pressure her. I don't want her to feel like she's broken or failing me. At the same time, I've been ignoring my own needs, and it's starting to breed resentment. Not because of her, but because I don't know how to hold both of us with compassion. I guess my question is, how can I support her, be honest about what I'm feeling, and still honor my own desires without either of us feeling like we're failing the other? They signed it anonymously, but he, him.
Yes.
Okay. Anonymous. Thank you so much for writing this in. I do not take it lightly. Sex is one of the most intimate and primal experiences, and sharing about it, or when we're seeking desire of support and help around it, is a really tender spot. Babe, do you want to kick us off?
Yeah. When it comes to sex, it takes a village, to raise us. I also want to acknowledge my voice is very sultry right now because I'm getting over a cold. It's I'm like Phoebe on Friends. And for
My
those that know.
sticky shoes.
Exactly. I actually do know this problem intimately. I've been here we've been here together when we've both played both sides. And so I really want to speak into this writer. You know, we have been in a deep healing journey our entire lives. And especially since we've been together, we've been on this deep healing journey.
Yes.
And when moments come up, there has been a mismatch. And when there's been a mismatch, I'll speak for me, how challenging that is when you're in a full, complete shutdown or shut in because you're in your healing process. And so, and she has experienced it on the other side as well. And in those moments, I've noticed how much I felt rejected. You know, I have these needs, and I'm like, I shouldn't be having these needs because you're healing right now, and I shouldn't want to, I shouldn't want or need sex from you when you're healing. And that's so I just love. First of all, I want to say you're so coming to both of you with compassion.
Yeah,
you even reaching out is you wanting to meet your partner where she is. And that's so beautiful. And one of the things that we did, and what I had to make okay with myself was being okay sharing my desire, knowing it's not necessarily going to be met. And sitting in the discomfort of it.
Yeah.
There were moments where I just had to be like, babe, I'm having these needs and they're not being met, and I'm feeling really deprived, and I'm not asking you to fix this in any way, shape, or form. I don't need you to fix this. I just need to feel heard and seen that I have these desires. And that way I'm not feeling like sitting in my own resentment and sitting in my own rejection of shoving it down and, avoiding in the old ways that I used to avoid.
Yeah, I feel like you bring to light something that's really can be a universal experience of when someone says, I'm not interested in this moment or something like that, we feel like this is a personal attack and like I'm being rejected.
Yes.
And I remember one time you were having an experience where you were healing through something and you were like, I need to not be intimate in this time. And I think I burst into tears. And like I burst into tears.
But this is the early times.
That was early times. Yeah, it was early times. But I burst into tears, and what came up for me was really taking it personally, and not honoring like she's having her own experience. I'm assuming you wrote into us, and it seemed like you knew a bit about us, that we both have experienced big T traumas around sex. And so sometimes it's like, oh, here's another layer to heal of that thing or the other thing. And so we've had to navigate that with each other, and learned how to not take it personally. And so this brings me to one of my things is, how can we create a safe space for honesty and vulnerability about sex that's not necessarily like in the midst of either stating your desire for sex, like when you're in the middle of like, hey, are we not about to have sex? But like, can we create a safe container that is separate than like in the bedroom, you know, in Republican speak, but where we can each be heard and shared and seen.
Yeah, and there's a few things with sharing and being seen. Is, first of all, it's not freaking comfortable. So get over that. Get over that. You know, to state your desire knowing it's not going to be met is incredibly challenging and vulnerable. And so you're leaning into that, as well as creating a safe space to share what's going on. And in that safe space, it's trying to create the space of not having reactions and rather having responses to each other. And still seeing each other as like, this is a person that I love, and we're on the same team. We're on the same team, and we want more than anything to please each other. You know, the love is there and the desire is there to love on each other and serve. And who are we when we step back and go, I actually can't give this person what they need right now, and can that be okay?
Yeah. I feel like you've introduced also a deeper concept around even having these conversations. And that's the first thing that struck out to me about your question was like safety, and creating a container where someone feels safe enough to share their desires. And so my first question was, does your partner feel safe enough to share her desires with you? What she wants and what she does not want. And so safe is like a way of, how do we feel like, will I be okay to share this with the other person and quote unquote not upset them, not it be a fight, not blah, blah, blah. And for some of these questions, like, does your partner feel safe enough to do this with you? And does your partner feel safe enough to do this by themselves? Have they been able to create the space and safety within themselves to start to ask themselves, what do I like? What do I not like in sex? Like, what do I prefer? What would feel good? How do I feel about these things? And so it's honoring, do you and your partner have that shared safety together? If not, what would we need to create that? And asking your partner to reflect with themselves, do they have that with themselves? And that might be step one of creating safety with yourself, because it's hard to share and with someone else, hey, this is what I like and this is what I'm into, if you are unwilling or not knowing what it's like with yourself. And that might be her own work to do that is separate than you.
Yeah. You know, the space of safety is so important. And in that safety, it opens up the space for intimacy. And so creating that, like, I can speak to you fully on, I know that I can speak to you, and whatever you say is going to be your truth.
Yeah.
And that's it's worth its weight in gold, just knowing that I'll be like, okay, I have this desire. Well, I don't right now. And I'm like, okay, that's the truth. How do I still feel safe in my body? And it doesn't mean she doesn't want me. And I'm like, I got to go find another partner.
Yeah. We can make up all sorts of stories.
We can
make up all sorts of stories.
Yeah. We've made up some stories before.
Hashtag guilty.
Yeah.
Making up the stories. I feel like as someone who works in pleasure, I have also had my own experiences and challenges in navigating pleasure and feeling like, oh gosh, like I don't want to have sex like all the time like I used to. Is there something wrong? Am I dying? Like what's happening? And so I have read books and done research. And so there is a woman, I don't know if she's a doctor, Emily Nagoski, and she wrote the book Come As You Are. Incredible book. And she also wrote this book called Come Together, specifically about couples and relationship, and Coming As You Are is about the female orgasm. Highly recommend both of those books. Yes. But in Come Together, something that she said that really stuck out to me is we avoid what we don't enjoy. So we avoid the sex that we're not actually enjoying. And so I'm going to hold your hand while I say this. Is it possible, and are you guys open to having a conversation of what is our sex life like in this moment? Do each of us enjoy what we're experiencing in this moment, and not from a place of like blaming or shaming or you're doing this wrong, but like getting curious, again, coming back to curiosity of like, what do I like? What don't I like? Because if you're not having sex that you enjoy, then it's like, oh, I'm just going to just talk freely. Okay, he does this thing that I don't like that he does, but it seems like he likes it. And I don't want to disappoint him, so I'm going to let him do it, but I don't really like it. So then sex happens and it's like, oh, that was just like not great. Then it feels like someone's trying to initiate sex and it's like, oh, I don't want him to do that thing. So then we stop ourselves way before sex is even on the table. It's like, oh, it's going to lead to sex, and then we're going to be back in that situation where he's doing the thing that I don't like. Do you see the thing? And it's like, right. And so if we're like, I don't enjoy that thing, but I don't know how to say I don't like that specific thing, then we'll just go, we'll just delete the whole column,
Yeah. Yeah.
And that doesn't seem like what one enjoys, but we'll do a lot of things to not have an uncomfortable conversation. All right.
Oh
like who's been there?
Yeah. We got some avoidant people. I'm sure they're listening. If you're avoidant, it's okay. Just skip the next 30 seconds. I'm kidding. That's the thing about being avoidant is that you need to communicate.
Yep.
You need to communicate and you need to communicate often so there's not resentment building up. And these types of communications are very challenging, can be very challenging at times. And that's why Brittney and I we have meetings. We have
relationship check-ins every week.
Relationship check-ins every week. Before that, we've had radars, longer relationship check-ins every 6 weeks. Yeah. So that we can have a container about talking about it regularly. And if you're not willing to have the challenging conversation, it's just going to build up into resentment.
So how you phrased it was like, how can I support my wife in this experience? So what we've mentioned so far is like, how can we have honest communication? How can we create safety with each other and with ourselves? How can we start to have a conversation about the kind of sex we enjoy? And I would just love to just throw this sprinkle in there. Oftentimes what I've experienced and noticed in the conversation around heterosexual sex is that sex is defined as a P and a V, and like that is what we are defining as sex. And so I would invite you to explore a more bountiful table of what sex could be. Yes. And if we are opening to the space of sex is not necessarily penetration, penis, fingers, anything, what else can we experience in a sensual and sexual space that feels good to both of us, that also might start to unwind some other things? Because sometimes people are like, oh, and this is, I'll just speak personally. Sometimes I'm like, I am not wanting penetrative sex. I am open to being intimate and sexy in other ways, but I, in the past, have been like, oh, if someone was saying like, do you want to have sex? It's like, feels like a yes or no of like, do I want to be penetrated? And if that's a no, then it's like, oh, I guess I'm no to all of these things.
Yeah.
And I wasn't actually no to all of those things.
I think this was the goal mine for us, because what happened was we started to create space for intimacy without a goal.
Yes.
We started to go, okay, what if we, for an hour on a weekend, you know, and shout out to Libido Fairy, we'll probably talk more about her, but let's make a space that's just us laying together and kissing and just having intimacy without the goal of orgasm.
Yes.
And that opened up so much space for us.
Well, I mean, we're already here. So I believe in investing in yourself.
What?
I believe in investing in pleasure. So when I was having this experience, I was like, I have a lot of tools and I am in need of a mentor and I'm in need of a container to hold me to look at this of what's going on. And so I went to the Libido Fairy. Shout out to Hannah. She's really incredible, super amazing. And, you know, funnily enough, it wasn't stuff I didn't know. Shocker. And I needed the container to hold me so that I could see it and hear things in a new way and get a new perspective on quote unquote what I thought I already knew, because there's always more to know. And one of my biggest takeaways from her was asking myself, what do I need to be open or willing for connection?
Yeah.
So taking orgasms away from sex, of like, if it's not orgasm focused, what if sex is connection focused? And it was like, I do want to connect with my partner. I do want to connect with my partner in this intimate, physical way. What do I need to be open or willing to create that connection? And so ask yourself, ask your partner. One of my biggest things that I got from that was like turning down the turn offs. So like, what are the things that turn you off? What are the things that are like full stop? Like, if this is happening, I'm not getting close to being willing to be intimate, you know, like, and for me, like some people, it's like messy rooms and things like that. And I was like, that doesn't bother me as much, but like vibes really do matter to me. And so like, if there's like weird, harsh lighting, that's not the vibe.
No,
like
weird music.
weird
playing.
music.
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
It's immediate. Like, I can't do anything anymore.
Yeah. And, or, you know, being in a space that's dirty.
Yeah.
Or like messy. I can't do messy.
She can't do
honestly.
messy.
I can't do messy.
Messy was okay for me if things were clean, but like if there's like weird energy in the room.
Yeah.
No.
We can't have any poltergeist going on.
No. But like turning down but for some people it's like, hey, if there's dishes in the sink, that's a turn off. For me, it was open work tabs.
Yeah.
And so I needed to make sure that I created a way to literally wind down from work, close all the tabs, put things that were in my head on a piece of paper so they wouldn't be just floating around in my head, because that was a big turnoff of all of a sudden it's like, oh, a client, oh, an email, you know, then it was just like, I'm not able to be present. So asking yourselves like, what are the things that turn us off? What are the things that make us stop from being willing or being open to being intimate with each other? And let's actually focus on turning down those things.
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. Shout out to Libido Fairy.
Oh my God. Yeah. And I think one of the things I loved about that was even just creating that languaging of, are you open to maybe being willing to possibly, like, we would just draw it out for a while just to have fun with it. And then I was like, oh, I'm a literal listener and a very direct communicator. So if I'm not getting like my clothes ripped off of me, I didn't know. So when she would start that language, I'm like, I'm like, when you're about to tell the dogs that they can go on a walk, I was like, okay, it's happening. It's happening. It's happening. My tail starts wagging. It's great.
Well, it was amazing when we just opened the space of like non-orgasm focus, connection, fun focus, pleasure focus, and allowing the space of, oh, what do I need to be open and willing, and allowing more spontaneity, more fun. Oh more responsiveness. Emily Nagoski talks about this as well in Coming Together, a bridging activity. So having an activity that creates connection and closeness before we start to get into a more naked intimacy place. And I mean, you could be, the bridging activity could be naked. Like maybe it's massages, maybe it's a shower together, maybe it's a walk together, maybe it's eye gazing. But oftentimes she described it, there's like spontaneous desire and responsive desire, but a lot of times, again, this was like a heterosexual experience. She was saying like most heterosexual sex is like 6 to 13 minutes, and most women take 20 to 30 plus minutes to be warm and like lubricated and in the space of arousal for desire. So if you're in a heterosexual relationship and the sex is 6 to 13 minutes, but it takes 20 to 30 minutes to even be in the space of desire for it, are we seeing how there could be like a mismatch? So creating like, what are the bridging activities that could lead us into the experience of wanting to have the intimacy.
Yeah. You're full on the appetizer and I haven't even eaten yet.
I know. And then it's like, I mean, it just really changed my whole world, because then it's like, oh gosh, well, like now that I'm here at the restaurant, like I'd love a feast. I'd love a dessert. I'd also love espresso at the end of the meal. You know, like, well, let's have an avocado. Let's have grapes. Let's have a cheese plate. Let's have it all, you know, but giving yourself time and space to really relax into an experience, as opposed to like, I got 7 minutes. You want to do it? It's like, no.
Cheese plates are a turn on.
Let me check my notes. Oh, at the end of your question, you were saying, how can I hold space for her, hold space for myself, and decide not feel like either of us are failing. And I just have like a, direct, like, what if you just decided that nobody's failing?
Yeah.
What if it's not failure, it's feedback?
Yes.
And you're getting feedback on, hey, this is how this aspect of our relationship is going in this moment. I feel like take it as an opportunity of, what do we each want from the sexual relationship, the sexual nature in our relationship?
Yeah. And I really want to just also speak directly to you. It's okay to have the desire and it not be met. Like full on, full stop. You can share it. I do this thing where I want things that I know I'm not going to get. And it's like, it could be like, baby, I have a desire. And she's like, okay, what is it? I'm like, I would like an ice cream and a waffle cone. And she goes, okay. She goes, do you want to do something about it? I'm like, no, I've got goals. But I just needed to say it out loud. And there's just like a little psst. Like a little release in the valve that makes me feel better. And sometimes I need to be witnessed in my desire.
This just popped in. I'm like, improv class. There's a game. It's like a yes and, but maybe it's like a So it's like, it's like, hey, I'm feeling really sensual and like I want to do X, Y, and Z sexually. And someone could be like, oh, thank you so much for sharing your desire with me. How I'm feeling is ABC. And they're like, ooh, I could be interested in ABC. Or it's like, ooh, I like C. Have you considered D? Like, there are spaces to,
I have considered the D. Sorry,
just so many graphic things are coming in my head, and I'm like, I just don't know how uncensored I can be on my own podcast.
It's our podcast.
I know. It's just like, oh, who wants to, like, it's like, I would like to eat your ass.
Yeah.
And then someone else is like, oh, okay, well, I'm
okay.
All right, interested in that.
Interested in that. Maybe not in this moment.
Maybe
I
not.
just got back from the gym.
Yeah. It's like, but I could be interested in like kissing and cuddling naked.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Yes.
Because your family listens to this.
Whatever. There are no secrets in the King residence.
But it's like, oh, I could be interested in naked cuddling. That would feel really good. And it's like, ooh, naked cuddling feels good. Would you be interested in receiving a vulva massage? You know what? I would be interested in receiving a vulva massage. Great. Mm-hmm. Look at what we found there.
Yeah, absolutely. There's such a wider range for you to play in, and we're inviting you to play there. Play. And we're
wear costumes.
Yeah. We're queer. It's just all big old playground here.
Yeah.
Like it's constantly discovering and exploring and doing all the things. Like think beyond your penis.
Yes.
Think beyond your penis because there's so much playground. And
Think beyond genitals.
Think beyond genitals. Like, yes, we'll ride the slide eventually, but like, let's play on the monkey bars.
There's so much to play. I mean, I'll just be frank. There's a lot of spaces that orgasms can happen anywhere. So Emily, again, she talks about the most important experience to have an orgasm, to experience that kind of release of pleasure is actually your brain. It's not anything else, which is why you can read a book and have an orgasm. This is why you can see a thing and feel aroused. Like
you need to share your book list because I have.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I have yet to read a book and have an orgasm.
Yeah.
Is it just the book? Sorry.
No, there's I mean, they write very sexy scenes.
Oh,
Get on
okay.
Book Talk, y'all.
Okay, got it. So you read the sexy scene and then you do something over here.
No, sometimes I just read it and I just feel the energy of it.
Whoa. Okay. So here,
And
I'm gonna need that book list.
and that's my experience. I'm a very
Hit that book list.
Yeah,
below.
I'm a very sensual, energetic.
She is.
I'm a very energetic. So like energy can make me have an orgasm. One time she was playing the guitar and that experience allowed me to have an orgasm. But it's just like, you got to think outside the bun.
I'm really good at guitar.
Yeah. That was really good. Yeah. But it's just what happens when we take the pressure off, allow ourselves to explore, allow ourselves to get curious, start to decide what feels safe enough to share with our partners. And the more you share, the more I just feel like the better sex gets. And like, I have been able to share with her of like, oh, you know, when you do this particular thing, like I actually, that doesn't feel good. And like, oh, and she'll be like, okay, great. What would feel better?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What would feel better? What would you like?
Yeah. Like not my gumdrop friend.
But again, like she's, it's like if we're not having the experiences what we enjoy, we will just really cut ourselves off. And that experience that you cannot enjoy could literally be, it could be trauma, it could be stress, it can be literally just a thing one does.
I just want to, one of the things that I love about Brittney is that we have so much fun. And people who have stayed over our house, they hear that fun.
Yeah.
And one of our friends recently reflected to us how much she loved how much we laughed.
Yeah.
And we're not laughing. It's the blooper reel that's making us laugh. And it's like the fun, but like we just like it's supposed to be fun, y'all.
Yeah.
Like don't forget.
Yeah.
Don't forget it's supposed to, like it's
don't go into sex. Oh, why so serious?
Yeah. No, it's supposed to be fun. Us and dolphins, we do it for fun.
For fun.
Don't forget.
Have fun. We laugh.
We laugh so hard.
So hard.
Yeah.
Making jokes.
Yeah, we make jokes and it's just like, hilarious. Oh, so you don't like that. Okay. All right, that's fine. We'll try something else. It's a big old playground.
Yes.
Yeah.
So have fun. Have fun. I mean, oh, okay. This is my last little sprinklet from the fun thing is checking in with each other and just seeing, is sex in our relationship a priority?
Yeah.
Is it a priority? Sometimes we have different priorities. And I just saw a TikTok about this, about like people are going for balance and it's not about balance. There are seasons and there are seasons of certain experiences and things and you're going for something and it's about how do we rest and recuperate in between the seasons. Yeah. So just checking in, hey, are we in a season where sex is a priority for us? Are we in a season where there's something else that might be a priority for us? Maybe it's the kids. Maybe you're going after a new goal in your career, something like that. But like checking in around that, it's like, cool. Are we on the same page of like level of priority for this? If we are, let's invest there and invest with our time, with our energy, and with our money.
Yeah.
Like, do we need more times with dates? Do we need to get more babysitters? Do we need more weekends away? We love a Just Cuz trip. And it's like, we get childcare for our dogs, you know, and it's like, it's time for us to focus on us. I invested. I was like, this is something that's important to me. I'm going to invest with a mentor who specializes in this. I teach, like, are you willing to put your time, energy, money into what you're saying is a priority.
Yeah. Sometimes you got to buy more rope. You got to get a gallon of lube. You know? You got to you got to get a kiddie bowl. Like you just got to run with it and trust yourself. You don't know. You got to get some of those kid masks. Remember the little plastic masks? Yeah.
Sometimes you have to buy things, and the vibrators I like are luscious.
They're lusciously
priced because I only want the best on my pussy.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
For all these reasons.
For all these reasons and more, you're listening to one of our most probably lowest listener count on YouTube. But you know, it's totally fine. It's totally fine. We're gonna get so shadow banned.
No,
yeah.
delete, unsubscribe.
It's fine. It's all right.
We're talking about it educationally.
It's an educational.
I'll just say education over and over again,
Education.
and they'll be like, "Education." She's a sex educator
for educational purposes. Only.
Educational.
Yeah.
Are you guys feeling educated?
Yeah.
Sex.
That's my sex fire pit. I'm kidding. If my family's listening, I'm kidding.
No, I've never set her on fire, not without her consent.
That's why her eyebrows are tattooed on.
No. You guys have known us very intimately today. So
welcome to our last episode.
No,
I'm allowed to joke.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't even know how to move out from where
I don't know. We're so deep in this hole. So deep.
Oh my God.
So deep in this hole. Oh man, that was fun.
That was fun.
I really hope this listener feels our love.
I hope they feel our love too, and please let us know how it's going. Yes. What is feeling juicy and alive and working for you. Mm-hmm. And I'm super excited to get an update.
You know, I kind of feel bad, but I forgot to mention, have you tried being honest with the person about your feelings? I think I did say that, but I just got to say it. I got to say it again.
Explicitly.
Mm-hmm. Be honest about your feelings. Be honest about your desires. Be honest about your needs. And receive whatever is said on the other side with love.
Yes, with love. So if you have a question, you know how to hit us up. You can send us a DM. You can send us a text at 971-895-4111. And please take this opportunity to like and subscribe to this podcast. As you can see, this is how we keep this alive, is by people sharing it and sharing the good word. We love hearing from you and you being a part of our community. So take the opportunity to do so now.
Yeah. And until we meet again, be honest with each other.
Bye.
Yeah.